The devil never existed in African cosmology. Before colonization, there was no Satan in African spirituality. Evil wasn't a person, it was imbalance. African cosmology saw the universe as a web of energy, which is light and shadow, working together in divine harmony. There was no single evil being ruling darkness. The dark itself was sacred because it was the womb of creation. But the colonizers introduced the concept of devil to make Africans look evil and fear their own powers, deities, and ancestral spirits. Spirit of nature, ancestors, and deities were rebranded as demons, not because they were evil, but because they were Africans. So at the expense of power and control, they brainwashed us and introduced Christianity to us. And why they did that was because African spirituality teaches balance and not fear. And we don't fight the darkness because we transform it. They saw this and knew that with this type of mentality that we can't be rude or stopped. So they brought slavery, and through that method, they took out the leaders who were unbreakable and sold them. Some were even deleted, and those who were not strong enough, Christianity was beaten into them. Their wife and kids were raped in front of them, so they had no option but to give in. I call that survival mode because it wasn't willingly, it was forcefully. After that, they brought in school to educate us, but the main reason they brought in school was to erase our history and embed theirs on us. And through this process, the brainwashing was easy. Now you see your black African brothers and sisters preaching against the ancestors who actually took bullet for them, calling them evil and demonic, just like the colonizers wanted. And when you stand to correct him or her, they will stand against you to defend those who has been their oppressors and the genesis of their problem. See, one of the deepest truths Mapunga dropped that got deep in the psychology of colonized faith is that he said that when the victim begins to defend their abuser, that the chains has moved from their ankles and wrists to their mind, which is the final stage of brainwashing, when oppression becomes affection, which Africa and black people across the world has reached that depth, which makes me sad all the time. The so-called devil was colonial invention, a tool used to erase indigenous system of understanding duality and responsibility, because evil is not an external enemy. It's part of us that forget that we are divine, and African spirituality has always held the medicine for that remembrance, because we didn't believe in external force fighting God. We believe and know in energy in motion and importance of maintaining spiritual balance. But the colonial religion used fear as a leverage to make us reject what is sacred and turning our ways and deities into demon and our ancestors as a taboo.